When you think of New Order, you probably think of this. And if you've got slightly better taste, you might think of this. And if you're a real head, you think about how sick the vibe is on this one. I often think about how the Chemical Brothers used to pay a short homage to Temptation in their live sets before they'd play Star Guitar. But if I'm honest, the place my mind goes to first and foremost is their 2001 comeback album, Get Ready.
We're like crystal.
But to talk about this underrated, hyper-overproduced, new millennium sheen, most maximalist record in their catalogue, it's important to set the scene first. So let's go back to 1993 when the band released what looked like it could be their last ever album, Republic.
That's the price of love. Can you feel it? If we could buy it now, how long will it last?
Honestly, this record goes too. But Republic was written and recorded under duress. At this point in their career, bassist Peter Hook, whose unique voice in the band is a huge part of their appeal to me, and Bernard Sumner, who is a terrible lyricist and oftentimes annoyingly pitchy in his delivery, pretty much hated each other. Couple that dynamic with the fact that the infamous nightclub the band co-owned with their record label, the Hacienda, was hemorrhaging money and threatened to monumentally ruin all stakeholders in the institution financially, and you have a band that were ostensibly forced to make another fucking record, make it quick, and make some goddamn money off it now. The band succeeded, in that they made a record, released it, and didn't end up in financial ruin as a result. But Factory Records, their record label, folded before they could release it, and the Hacienda, of course, closed down. But I suppose that's what happens when you go into business with Alan Partridge.
How much was it? It's not the materials, okay? It's
That's
the design.
brilliant.
You're paying for design.
I didn't ask about the
It's
material. I asked how
brilliant.
much it was.
It's 30 grand.
30 grand.
The point is, if you go to any London,
Fucking taste.
you go to any London record company,
30 grand for a fucking table, you cunt.
So with all that stress going on, the band unofficially broke up. That is, they played the last show of their Republic tour at Reading Festival in 1993, walked off stage, and then didn't talk to each other for about 5 years. So in this break, we get the release of Bizarre Love Triangle 2, aka Tasty Fish, by the aptly named The Other Two, i.e. not Peter Hook or Bernard Sumner, but Gillian Gilbert and Stephen Morris.
No matter what you say, no matter what I do, it all comes back to you.
And then in 1997, you get what I believe lays the groundwork for the album I actually wanted to talk about today, Get Ready. It begins, to my ear, with Peter Hook's side project, Monaco, and their album Music for Pleasure, the lead single from which absolutely fucking rocks. This song is often mistaken for a New Order song, and I think that says a lot about how intrinsic the unique songwriting and bass playing of Peter Hook is to the sonic identity of New Order. You can also say the same for that annoying The Other Two record, I suppose. And yes, it does also help that David Potts, the other guy in Monaco, sounds a lot like Bernard Sumner. Hell, he's even pitchy in the same way. But I also think that some of what Peter Hook and David Potts are doing on this record feeds directly into the modern, hyper-produced and singular moment that is the reunion album, Get Ready. I feel like Peter Hook is throwing his weight around a lot on Get Ready, and I think the advancement of music technology between 1993's Republic and 2001's Get Ready put the band in a really interesting new landscape, which worked for them. First, you have this ethereal, heavy-hitting pop epic, Crystal, which has Peter Hook again at front and centre. Gillian appears to have bought a new synth for the first time in 10 years, and as a result, the album is covered with beautiful new Millennium synth strings, replacing her usual jagged, dry, stabby synth sounds. The guitars are huge, on some My Bloody Valentine shit. Dense, chunky, low-mid, bombastic guitar chords just clogging shit up. The thin, new wave guitars of their previous albums are gone. Then you get Peter Hook throwing his weight around again. The fucking bass guitarist writes the biggest hook on this album. "60 Miles an Hour" lives in the zeitgeist of 2001 music production. Shit slaps. Again, you've never heard this kind of electronic work on a New Order record until now. And it probably did take a lot of getting used to for the old heads, but I was 12 when this record came out, so I didn't fucking care. I just loved this cool new band I'd discovered called New Order. And due to the music video, which featured a bunch of young actors pretending to be New Order, I had no idea that the band I was listening to was a bunch of over-the-hill old losers. Excellent marketing from the absolute bastards over at London Recordings. Incidentally, when I was a young teen and The Killers released this music video,
Somebody told me you had a boyfriend who looked like a girl.
I remember being like, wait a fucking minute, this is just a rip-off of the Crystal music video, but with a smaller budget. And not only that, they've even ripped off the name of the fictional band in the Crystal music video. The Killers? Anyway, I just remembered this now, and I googled it, and yeah, it turns out that that is literally where The Killers got their band name from. So, that should validate just about every tenuous connection I've ever attempted to make without any sound evidence to back up in all of my videos to date. So just trust me, I have great intuition. But I really do have a soft spot for high production value recordings from this particular period of time. And whilst some of the songs on this record are kinda duds, the sonic quality and the production across Get Ready more than makes up for it. I can happily let this album play through purely based on the polish on this thing. I can still enjoy even the lazier songs with, again, terrible lyrics.
The afternoon was very clear. The sun was beating down on me. I got thirsty for a beer. Then I had to go to sea. The sea was very rough. It made me feel sick. But I like that kind of stuff. It beats arithmetic.
But lyrics aside, Slow Jam is a monster of production and a goddamn anthem. Just listen to those fucking drums, they're massive. Bobby Gillespie and Andrew Innes from Primal Scream make another dumb, bombastic song on the album, absolutely go off.
Rock the shack, rock the shack, rock the shack, rock the shack.
Man, some of the flourishes on this track, this weird feedback thing,
I took each day with King.
and the looping woo in the background here. And those guitars are just... everything on this album is big. It's deserving of a big John Bosch. Someone Like You sounds like $1 million bucks. This is just such a fucking treat on the ears. The strings, the female vocals, Hooky on his bullshit again. Not 8 bars passes in this song without some new ear candy fluttering in and giving you something to consider. For a maximalist like me, it's just fucking perfect.
Someone like you. Someone like you. Yeah.
And you also have this really boring song which features Billy Corgan on it. Get Ready has one describing New Order in ways they had never been described before. Loud, bombastic, maximal, and completely untastefully overproduced to excess, as is the way things should have been in the new millennium. You can take your Blue Monday. I'ma be here smashing Rock the Shack, a true anthem for real bastards like me.